To create the new scripture lesson for our playlist, we are going to be in ProPresenter and we're going to do a search for scripture. And you'll see a bunch of these pop up. That's because we create kind of a new one every week, so we see that. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll take the previous week, okay, and do an edit duplicate. Okay, now you see it says copy one right there. That means that you've made a copy of it. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to change the date. And I'm going to get rid of copy one. Okay, so now I've created a new document. Basically, I duplicated an old one and just renamed it. And it's this week's naming convention scripture lesson. I'm going to take that, I'm going to add it to our document, or our playlist, sorry. Okay, and now I need to modify. So the first thing I do, not to confuse myself, is I delete all of the text slides except for the first one, because I need that one for formatting. Now I'm going to change these details. Okay, I'm going to change these details to match what our weekly service is. So once again, go back to Word. Here I am down at scripture lesson. Got this scripture lesson. I'm just going to copy it and edit, paste and match style. There we go. Now I'm going to go here. So this is formatted correctly. And I am going to copy all of this. Control C. Edit, paste and match style. Obviously this is way too long, so I'm going to have to get out of here and go into reflow. Excellent. So now what you're going to want to do is we're trying to figure out where I need to make the page breaks or the slide breaks. And knowing that there's this Bible here in the image that'll be down there. So you cannot have more than 5 lines, otherwise you're going to start to dip into that Bible and it's going to be hard to see. So, but you can do 5 lines. Typically I will try to make a page break or a slide break at the beginning of a verse. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's what I kind of set. So now we've got one. Let's see, and you want to make sure it matches size-wise there. So let's see if we move this over a little bit, we can see that it says to you and to you. So we know that the lines are matching up that way. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and the beginning of 5. That's actually perfect. We might need to modify it a little bit. Oops, I wanted to insert slide break. Now let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's great. Let's insert slide break there. 1, 2, 3, that's perfect. Insert that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Wonderful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got a little bit more than 5, but I feel like we might be able to adjust that in the actual slide. So we're going to put the slide break there for now. We might need to go back and change that, but now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done, done, and done. So now we get out of Reflow Editor. We say here is our scripture lesson. That one looks great. This one, we typically don't like to have one word down in the bottom, so we're going to go into Editor. We're going to see kind of what's going on here. So this is already at -1, so we're actually going to increase that to 1, and then we see that it kind of spreads it out. Now, even though it's still 5 lines, it doesn't look wonky. It looks appropriate. Okay, here's the next one. That one looks good. That one looks good. That one looks good. This one, too much. We're going to have to break this somewhere. So think what makes the most sense is to break it at the 19. So I'm going to go into Reflow Editor, go down to the bottom, and I'm going to put that slide break in there. Now we're going to get out of that. We've got this, and then we've got that. So we're going to go here because we don't want reconciliation down by itself. If we don't have to, we should be able to pull this in, not so much. Let's see. And just, let's see, we're going to select all of that, and we're going to go up to 0. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to get out of that again. So we've got that, we've got that. Once again, reconciliation at the bottom. If we can pull that along. Oh, that was pretty easy. This one is big, but looks fine. And that's the last one. All right, so now your scripture lesson is done. Make sure once again that you dragged it into your playlist, because it doesn't do us any good over here in the library. And you are all set with adding scripture lesson.